absolutely. That man you see, that picture of that man you see on your television screen, Jamisha Mubin, the driver of the car who was killed in the blast, was he a suicide bomber and why? Dr. Vikram Singh, you've seen that WhatsApp status. Does that indicate Mubin was actually planning a suicide attack? By calling it a cylinder blast, are we playing with fire at multiple levels? First, the Tamil Nadu police did not know about this module, and then by calling it a cylinder blast and not a suicide attack, are they compromising security of our people?
Gauravji, to a very great extent, yes, they are compromising the security of Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore and the nation. To brush this underneath the carpet is nothing but coating the recipe of disaster. I wish Tamil Nadu police is a very professionally competent police force. I, for one, would not like to believe unless there is tremendous political pressure to underplay and dilute the whole issue. And as one of your panelists mentioned, 75 kilos is not something that can be smuggled in one's pocket. And yes, as the ISIS operatives and also the ISI handlers indicate, become a homegrown terrorist, get from the local grocer or from the local scrap dealer, get every ingredient, get them home delivered from all means so that you do not under suspicion. And if a recovery is made, you can always say this is for something for house repair or something. Ammonium nitrate, sulfur, iron nails, marbles, individually they would be innocuous, but in 75 kilos, they are absolutely incendiary and lethal to say the least. And then what came on the WhatsApp and that pedigree, you go to 1998, the Coimbatore bombings and their association with the likes of Azharuddin, goes to show that there was a massive plot. He was certainly not a lone wolf. He had a backup support, finances, manpower, and then he had the backing. You know, the things that were smuggled out of his house, there were people who were helping him out to carry out the explosive. Therefore, he was not a lone wolf. He had a backup support also. And to this go by default, I for one would not like to believe. I would expect it. I'm very disappointed today. I had expected greater surveillance on all of these bad characters.
Yes.
In fact, there should be man-to-man marking of every person. And rest assured, there are going to be more arrests, Gauravji, when we assemble again. Rest assured, there are going to be more arrests in this case.
Because this is now the reputation of the Tamil Nadu police and the state at stake. Pramod, 1998 Coimbatore serial blast killed close to 60 people, injured more than 200. Apparently was called Operation Allahu Akbar. Car bomb, cycle bomb, motorcycle bomb, along with suspected suicide bombers. Now, any parallel being drawn with this Kottai Eswaran temple targeting 24 years later?
Gaurav, it looks like more than a parallel with the Coimbatore blast of 1998. It has more parallel effects with the suicide bombings or in Sri Lanka, that too on Easter, because that particular day was chosen for it's a festival. And the same day, this was a day before Diwali. And the second one was, this was a place of worship. In fact, DGP earlier, the Sailendra Babu, who spoke on it, stated that after Kottai Eswaran, there was a checkpost, and possibly for this Mubin tried to abandon the vehicle over there, because after the checkpost, 300 meters away, there is one more temple called as Konni Amman temple, just like Sai Kiran said. And that's in a very prominent area. And if this blast has occurred there somewhere around 8 a.m. in the morning, guaranteed a lot of lives would have been lost. So this modus operandi looks more like that of what had occurred in Sri Lanka on an Easter Sunday, more than a parallel with the Coimbatore bombings of 1998.